the very first military pushback against Donald Trump's illegal order. Here's what went down. Donald Trump tried to federalize the Illinois State National Guard, meaning he wanted to take direct control of state troops, bypassing the governor, and use them under his own command. But Illinois said no. Governor jbpritzker's office confirmed he never received any official call from the White House or the Pentagon. Instead, the Illinois National Guard itself told the Department of Defense that the situation in Illinois doesn't require military intervention, and that the governor opposes deployment under any status. That's a direct refusal of Trump's order. This might sound procedural, but it's huge, because soldiers are trained to obey lawful orders and disobey unlawful ones. And this looks like the first real moment where that principle is being tested under Trump's second administration. Remember, Trump has done this before. He federalized the California National Guard without going through Governor Newsom's office and sent troops into Los Angeles streets. Courts later ruled that move illegal, saying it violated both domestic and international law. But this time, Illinois is standing its ground and saying, not again. Legal experts are calling this a turning point. Trump's order ignored basic constitutional limits. Under U.S. law, the president can only deploy the military inside the country under very specific conditions: rebellion, invasion, or a complete breakdown of local law enforcement. None of that exists in Illinois. But Trump is trying to act as though it does, using vague claims of chaos and failed cities to justify a show of force. A federal judge in Oregon has already blocked Trump's previous deployment, calling his orders untethered to fact or reality. In California, another judge said Trump's use of soldiers on U.S. streets violated the Posse Comitatus Act, a cornerstone law preventing presidents from using the military as domestic police. So now Illinois is testing whether the system still works. This isn't just a legal fight, it's a moral one. Because inside the military, refusing an unlawful order isn't easy. Soldiers are trained to follow the chain of command. But the oath they swear isn't to a man, it's to the Constitution. And when that oath collides with an illegal order, loyalty to the law must come first. Glenn Kirshner, a former Army JAG, put it perfectly. We are trained to obey lawful orders, but more importantly, to disobey unlawful ones. That's what's happening here. For the first time, a branch of the U.S. military may have just said no to a president's command. Let's not forget Trump's recent outburst when he addressed senior military leaders. He reportedly told them he wanted to use American cities as training grounds and referred to U.S. citizens as the enemy within. That speech, insiders say, deeply angered officers and veterans across the ranks. Many now see this Illinois stand as a direct response, a quiet rebellion against a man they believe is trying to turn the military against its own people. The Illinois Attorney General has already filed a lawsuit to block Trump's order, arguing it violates the Constitution and the state's right to control its own guard. Lawmakers in Illinois and neighboring states have also spoken up, demanding the federal government back off. They're warning that if Trump forces this issue, it could spark a constitutional crisis unlike anything America's seen in decades. Here's why this matters to you. If Illinois wins this fight, it sets a powerful precedent that the military is not a political weapon, that governors and soldiers alike can stand up to unlawful authority, and that the Constitution still has teeth. But if Trump prevails, it could erase one of the last safeguards against authoritarian rule: the separation between military power and civilian control. This story is still unfolding. Trump could retaliate by threatening Illinois officials, cutting federal funding, or even deploying active duty troops directly. But every move he makes from this point will face legal challenges and public outrage. The courts are watching. Congress is watching. And now the military itself may be watching too. This isn't just about Illinois. It's about what kind of country America will be. Will the system obey the law, or a man who thinks he's above it? If you care about that answer, don't scroll away. Because when soldiers, governors, and ordinary people all say no to unlawful power, that's not rebellion. That's democracy fighting to stay alive. This may be the first real military counterattack against Trump's illegal order, and it's only the beginning.